Welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out Podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Curt Steele. Well, it's that time again. Happy Victory Monday, people. On today's show, we recap and react to the Lions 34-17 victory over the Chicago Bears yesterday. But first, just a quick favor. Like the video, share it with other Lions fans like yourself. If you enjoy the content and you keep coming back, and you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we are currently at 2597. Now it's time to bring in the co-host for today. Of course, man, he is the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan. He be cooking meals. He be coaching kids. He be running fades. He be cutting fades. It's the Wolverine. Who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Man, he got a gang of kids at the house, too. But anyway, man, and y'all know who it is, man. He couldn't even get up for the game to halftime because he be taking care of them yams. He a yam farmer. You know what I'm saying? It's the ladies at the Biz Regret UAC. Nothing yet. It's the Yak Town's finest. LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my dude?
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, that's my new nickname for you, man. He a yam farmer, man.
That's funny.
That's
funny.
Yam master in the house, baby. We take care of them yams. Hey, if you're new to the channel, you don't know how the show works. We got Detroit Lions news headlines or takes. If we agree, we said they are bossed up. If we disagree, we said they are balled on. We give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, man. We just give our true thoughts and opinions of what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. We don't do Stephen A. We don't do Skip Bayless. We give you what the real, what we really think about what's going on with our Lions, man. But you know how it gets down. Let's look at what we're going to talk about on today's show. We're going to look at them Lions defense. We're going to start defense first today versus the Chicago Bears. Then we're going to talk about the offense. I messed that graphic all up. And then we're going to look at the boss up, ball out players of the game. But before we get into that, man, this is overall thoughts on the game. I'm gonna kick it to you first, LL. Because you joined that joint a little late yesterday, but I want to hear what you got to say about the game.
It looked good, man. A good, with what they call a get right game, I guess. Dan Campbell said it himself. It's a whole lot to clean up. But I trust that they'll do some of that. Because next week we got the 49ers and. You could kind of look at Brock Purdy as maybe like what Caleb Williams should be, or is aiming to be, just a little bit better version, and he showed us what he could do to us last year, once we have a lead. So, as long as we keep, well, I don't know how easy that's going to be. As long as we keep Vilder away from the 49ers, I feel like we'll be okay. But for this game, I laid down and woke up like right before the halftime. I think I saw what are they calling it, the Stumble-Rooski or whatever it is. I don't remember if I saw that or if it was just the replay on TV when it was happening. I think I did see it, but I seen it kind of like from that point. It was like maybe like 6 or so minutes to go, or maybe like 4, it was whatever minutes to go in the first half. But look good, man. Offensively look good. Offensive line look good. Of course, shout out to us for being the second to say the name Christian Mahogany, but I looked at 73 a lot. 73 was out there, man. They call him a dirtbag. I'm gonna give him a nickname like I like to do, and hopefully y'all understand it. Like a dirt bag of, I'm gonna say like flowers in this instance, and they call that Strebo. So if y'all out there, y'all know what Strebo is. It's a dirt bag of So I'm gonna call Christian Mahogany Strebo because he was out there, pushing that thing around. Strebo hurt you in the chest, and I think he was out there hurting people in their chest. But 73 was out there, shaking and moving, man. But Supersonic looked good. St. Brown looked good. Laporta looked good. The offense just bounced back. Defense, did what they could. The one play did it. It was just great defense, but wasn't nothing he could do because God didn't bless him like that. And that was Roma Dunze with Lil Meek. He couldn't do nothing. Just threw it up to him, and Meek tried. But other than that, I feel like we was okay. They scored because their defense. Their offense can do that. We playing with some guys that probably shouldn't be out there. But overall, I like what I saw. Like I said, we will all say that it's lots of things to clean up, but. A good response to last week.
Yeah, you must have fell back asleep because the Stumble-Rooski happening Well, the stumble bum will happen in the third quarter.
I was wrong then.
All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, I just want to say the defense played well early on, and the offense definitely played a full game. They took advantage of everything they did, everything they had to, and they beat a team that they should beat by the amount of points that they should beat them by. So that's a good bounce back game, is when you come back and you do what you're supposed to do. You do what everybody's expecting you to do, so there's no lag from that last game. And they showed that, man. So I'm proud of my boys, man. Proud of them.
Yeah, I
Proud of
think for
them
me,
Lions.
I think it just shows for me. I think once we can get healthy at the linebacker core, I think we're finally getting healthier with the return of Iffy in the secondary. So that's back in the defense is getting healthier with the return of Iffy, and then of course we got to get that linebacker core in that. Because I think Levi had a good game. The defensive front, they didn't get a lot of pressure, but they did get the sack with Aquadim Muhammad. But I just think that they play. I think this should have been the score. If we were healthier on Thanksgiving, this would have been the score. This would have been what the score should have been on Thanksgiving. So definitely proud of the bounce back game. Saying so. All right, let's take a look at the defense, man. Coach Jones, man, what you got, brother?
Yeah, man. So I just want to start by saying, Meek Robertson got the start on the outside for Carlton Davis. So,
I like it.
shout out to Meek Robertson, man. There was like 2 or 3 plays where I think his height, got in the way. But other than that, man, he's so aggressive. His aggressiveness makes up for that lack of size, man. Because he be out there, man. He be on your ass. And then Levi Anzarike is the one, as Curt mentioned, is the one who replaced Aleem McNeil. And Levi did a pretty good job yesterday, man. He wasn't exactly Aleem, but he was Aleem-esque. So he did do, he did do his
Aleem adjacent.
yeah, something like that,
Aleem
man.
adjacent.
Yeah. Thank you. There you go, right there, man. And one more on these little quick notes, man. It was Pascal, Reeder, Levi, and Zadarius Smith who started on that D line, and they came in with I think I seen Miles Adams pop in there for a few plays. I seen O'Connor pop in there for a few plays. So you know what, the D line gonna be okay, man. But with
Coach,
that,
I want to get your opinion on this right real quick before you talk about D line. What do you think about them moving Zadarius Smith inside? They did it a couple of times. I didn't like that.
I did see that. I think that's kind of like that NASCAR package type thing where I think it was a third down where they just
he had a couple plays like that.
Yeah, well, he's standing up in the middle. I don't like it.
I don't know, man. I think they're just experimenting with what they want to do for the playoffs. So I think they're gonna chalk it up like, you know what, that didn't work. That worked. That didn't work.
Didn't.
Yeah. But I think they're gonna try and form a NASCAR type package with that, man. I think that's gonna be the branch off of that. But with this being said, let me get into what I'm gonna talk about today, man. Brian Branch with the bounce back game. Because Branch has had a couple of games in a row where we like, you done kind of fell off a little bit, brother. We need you, Smash. Brian Branch, man, he had 12 total tackles, 2 assisted. Branch was all over the field, man, and I think that Branch is all over the field because of one player, Ifatu Melanfan-Wu, who can play back there in that safety role, and Branch can roam all over the field like you seen him doing. And if he also he played very well, I think, for his first game, week 16. As Curt said, man, earlier, before we came on live, man, week 16, you come in your first game, I feel like he made an impact. If he had a sack, a QB hit, a pass breakup, I mean, that's a lot to do on your first game back in week 16. He had 4 tackles and 2 of them was assisted. I mean, he was playing all over the field, and I believe that by playoff time, if he's gonna be ready, and that's a new dynamic of our defense back there that teams that had to deal with all season. So you know, that's man. Whew. And then then I just want to mention all these players. So I'm gonna sum it up with 4 players has 6 or more tackles. And that is Meek. And Meek had 8 total tackles. Jack Campbell has 6 total tackles. Actually 7 total tackles. And it just, man, I just think the whole defense played the way they were supposed to play. They played together, where it wasn't just one guy doing everything. They played together like a unit. And yeah, and then shout out to Al Quadin Muhammad with the sack, man. And we didn't get a sack into the fourth quarter, and then we ended up getting 2 of them in the fourth quarter. So shout out to them guys, man. That's just staying to it. That's sticking to it. When you get 2 sacks in the game and they both in the fourth quarter, that's relentless pressure. That's relentless attitude. That's never giving up, no matter what the score is. And yeah, man, defense had a good bounce back game, even though they were aided by those 2 first quarter fumbles and back-to-back drives by Chicago. I just think Chicago has been jinxed this year because I think Roman Dunze had both of those fumbles.
He did
in the first quarter, man. Back to second and third drive. So yeah, man, that really was what separated the game. Was those 2 fumbles, because if you look, those back-to-back fumbles that was on the plus side of our territory, we only won by 17 points. So, I know you're saying only 17, but we won by 17 points, and they gave us the ball back on the plus side of the field twice. So yeah. But what do y'all got to say about that, man?
Yeah, definitely. You get a big boss up from me, man. You know what I'm saying. I feel you, brother. I will say this. Let me get this thing going about Brian Branch. He was all over the field, man. But one play that stood out to me was that pass breakup in the fourth quarter in the end zone that kind of turned them away from really making a comeback. And I think the play really stood out to me because it was a smart play by Brian Branch. Why do I say that? Because he just broke the pass up. Because he could have tried to pick it off, but if he would have missed that interception, that would have been a touchdown for the Bears. So he made a smart play by just breaking that pass up. Talking about Iffy, I was kind of surprised he played that much. I mean, he pretty much played the whole game. I mean, and the AG blitzed him several times, especially early in the game. He's got to get his coverage legs back. We talked about this a little off camera. There's a few plays he was out of position, like that touchdown to Keenan Allen at the end of the first half. He was just kind of out of position, and it was a great throw by Williams where he zipped it in there, where it could have been difficult for Iffy to really get there. But I just want to see him, get his legs back into the secondary. I just think they had him. We're used to seeing Branch back there, but we're getting Iffy back there because of all the other injuries. So it's just going to have to be what's going to be. But once he gets his legs, I think he'll be fine. I was happy to see him back in the secondary. And he finally got that sack he was looking for in that first half. He finally got it in the fourth quarter. So shout out to Iffy, man. If Fatu Melifawu was doing his thing. It was a total team effort on defense. You talk about all those players with 6 tackles. That run defense stepped up, man. And they really made it one-dimensional for the Bears. They held – DeAndre Swift only had 20 yards rushing. Caleb Williams was the leading rusher for that game. So to hold Swift to 20 yards on 9 carries is something big, man. And here's the thing. The defense played better than what the stats said, especially in the second half. Because guess what? The Bears only scored a field goal after halftime. That was it. It was only 10-point score in the second half, 3 by the Bears and a 7 by the Lions. So they held them. They held pat, man. I like what I saw in the second half from the Lions defense on the Bears offense. So with all the passing yards they gave up, it was kind of fruitless because they didn't score. So, but yeah, what you got, LL?
Yeah, defense had a very better game this week around, or this time around. I was looking at like the team stats, just total yards and stuff like that. We only gave up 389 total yards, and 323 of those were passing. So like how you say, we cut them in half. As far as you running and passing, they had 15 passing first downs and 2 rushing first downs. So it looks like we was right back to where we needed to be. Didn't really skip a beat as far as it came down to that. Good for the turnovers. Turnovers always good for the team that's getting them. And way to keep them down. We keep referencing the Thanksgiving game. It was kind of similar in the first half, but then they kind of exploded in the second half. And this time around, we just made sure that there was no fireworks and no explosions on their side in the second half. So shout out to those guys. Like you said, if he was out there, so you got to see, you were seeing 3 people standing at linebacker depth. One of those was Brian Branch, and he was out there trying to knock people foot loose. So shout out to Brian Branch as well, but shout out to the defense overall for stepping in.
Yeah, for real. Hey, let me get us back on camera. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself, man. We do it for you right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, man. Your home for organic debate by Detroit Lions newsroom. Shout out to my man, Maniac Tim, man. I get up early this morning to start doing some stuff for the show, and he's still live talking about doing the game recap. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, Maniac Tim still doing his thing, man. The late night creeper on out there doing his thing, doing some live recap at 2:00 in the morning, man. But he was holding down. But it's time to talk about this offense, man. And I'ma say it, man. I'ma say it. Waymo did the most yesterday. And I think it was that taunting penalty wasn't BS, but I'll get into more of that later. But talk about the offense, man. L, what you got, my man?
Offense didn't skip a beat. It seemed like it was some concern for some reason that we might not be able to, run a proficient offense. I had some concerns because usually happens when we outside in some weather, but there wasn't no weather besides it being cold yesterday, it seems. So, way to go out there and do what you need to do. They also didn't skip a beat because, we wasn't all the way whole. The offensive line wasn't necessarily all the way together, but we had a rookie step in, and that's that dirtbag, Mr. Strebo himself, Christian Mahogany. And like I saw 73,000. Maybe I was just paying attention to 73, but 73 was pushing people all over the place, man. He go to the whistle, past the whistle. Like I said, if you know what Strebo hurt your chest. So yeah, he was all in them in them Bears' chest, man. But that guy I will start out with Jameson Williams, man. I missed the play because I was dreaming, I guess. And let me let y'all know this guy here let me do that. He just, when he lay on me, he just let me sleep. So he knew there was a Lion game on. He could have woke me up, but he didn't. But yeah, so I missed the Jameson Williams play. But let me tell y'all out there didn't want me to miss it. I woke up to alerts and text messages about it. So shout out to Jared Goff for being able to throw a pass to Jameson Williams in stride, Coach Mike. But it looked good, man.
That's why the graphics is showing that play.
It was excellent. It was excellent. I love it. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. I will say something about Jared Goff arming just a tad though. But no, it was a beautiful play, man. Right over the shoulder. He ran right up under that mug, and I guess it came right after something happened. I didn't see this part, but he was yelling. He was getting yelled at or something on the sideline, and then they went out there and let him run past some people. I like this for a whole bunch of different reasons because number one, yeah, show them that you can do it, Jared Goff. Shut me up if that's what y'all want to call this, And yeah, Jameson Williams, go out there, show them that everybody, since you dropped the pass last week, everybody think you can't play football now. And another thing is, yeah, go out there and do this because shut up, Chicago Bears. I hate the Chicago Bears. Y'all talk shit like your defense is something else, and now y'all got slow, stupid-ass corners, and they get ran past like that. So I like that because now we can show, hey, look at these guys, 29 and number 1, whatever name y'all got out there. Y'all slow and y'all stupid and y'all ugly. Y'all can't stay in front of that bullet train number 9. So that's why I like it. So Jameson Williams, great game, Waymo. And then, like I said, no need for concern because we had Supersonic, man. He kept that run game going. How many touches? It was like 20 some odd touches. I had it in here someplace, but
23 carries, 109 yards. You'll see it later. You'll see it later.
Well, yeah, that he had a very good game running and receiving.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that he would. Off of that, you also got to see Sam Laporta and St. Brown score. But I leave those storylines for y'all to cover if you feel like it. So, what do y'all think on offense? I think we had a great bounce back game, a get right game, if you will.
Yeah, definitely, man. For real. I mean, you look at this game. I mean, he had the offense humming. Ben Johnson had this offense firing on all cylinders, man. The cold weather, it was just cold. It wasn't even windy. I mean, you look at the flags on the goalposts, they weren't even moving. It was not windy out there at all. So it didn't bother Jared Goff. 336 yards and 3 touchdowns. This is a pretty good day, I would say. Pretty balanced game. Here's the stat that's under the radar. 32 passes, 32 runs. Completely balanced. And my bad, LL, you were right. Christian Mahogany did play. Had a good game, too. You know how I know he had a good game as a rookie first starting in the NFL? They called his name one time for a false start. No holding penalties, none of that stuff. He had a false start. That was it. You saw him on the broadcast, but you didn't hear his name. So that's good, man. And you were right, man, about that dirt bag. He got. I don't know what the hell you talk about the other thing. I'm gonna call him a dirt bag. I don't know about the other. I don't know about the other stuff you talk about. I don't know about the other stuff. Now here's one thing I have to disagree with MCDC on yesterday. He got a game ball to St. Brown. That game ball should not have went to St. Brown. That game ball should have went to J-Mo yesterday. And that taunting penalty was BS. He didn't say nothing to Stevenson. Stevenson didn't say nothing to him. But even though Stevenson hit him late out of bounds, all he did was spin the ball on the ground. Probably because it was he got the flag probably because it was too close to the sideline. The MC grabbed him up on the sideline. You could tell he really wasn't yelling at him. But, I chewed him out a little bit, but that dude had 150 total yards, 143 receiving yards on only 5 catches and a touchdown.
82 of them came in one though.
Yeah, and he had another 25-yard run. That catch and run. He's got 890 yards on the season, and he missed 2 games. That 1,000 yards he getting that thing this year. But here's my thing: his teammates recognized his effort because guess what happened? They had him break the team down.
I seen.
So if you look at that video where the locker room celebration, J-Mo broke the team down, and he did all that on his mom's birthday yesterday. So shout out to J-Mo's mom yesterday. He had a big game, man.
Mama Jameson.
Man, career game for J-Mo yesterday, and then with Gibbs, man, I wasn't surprised he had a big game.
Not at all.
I wasn't surprised at all, man. Y'all know how I feel about Jahmyr Gibbs, and I was so happy that we drafted him out of Alabama because guess what? He was a 3-down back at Alabama and at Georgia Tech. Excuse me. He's a complete back, man. He just happens to share carries with David Montgomery, and he's up there in the top. I think 6 or 7 in the league in rushing yards.
Top 5.
Yeah, splitting carries. So I like the fact that they did give him some rest though, because they brought in Craig and Jamar. Because I don't know who what's his name? What's the linebacker? No, the linebacker that's on the broadcast. Jonathan Vilma. He kept calling Jamar. Yeah. No, we have a Jamar and we have a Jameer. Jameer Gibbs is the workhorse. Jamar spelled him, and Jamar has
a lot of people.
Good care.
A lot of people was complaining about Vilma yesterday.
Yeah, it was. But Jamar, I was happy with Jamar and Craig and Baki. They had some good run yesterday. And Ja, as in Jahmyr Gibbs, his TikTok celebration for that touchdown was epic, man.
Yeah.
He clown, man. But there's no doubt, man, that in my opinion, that Jahmyr Gibbs can handle the running back one role.
Absolutely.
Handily. It's too easy, man. And you look at his stats and you compare him to the other top running back that you went in that draft, Bijan Robinson. He's not splitting them as much carries as Jahmyr Gibbs is, and they have numbers that are very similar. Again, he's the bell cow, and the other guy comes in and spells him, but he's not splitting carries like Jahmyr Gibbs is. What you got, Coach Jones, on the offense?
I just want to say the offense didn't skip a beat because that boy Jake Jizzle was out there, just 137 quarterback rating.
He was Teddy Two Gloving it yesterday.
Yeah, what the what? You know what? Just like a little bit, something that kind of bugs me. And I'm gonna kind of take you back just for 1 second, real quick. Is Josh Allen had the 4 touchdown game, but Jared Goff had 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and people were like, "Oh, Josh Allen totally separated himself."
Right.
Not really. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't know where y'all got that narrative from, because the Lions didn't play their best game and they ended up losing, and it was Goff versus Allen. They're like, "Ooh, Josh Allen." But if you look at it, which quarterback would you rather have? Not looking at the game, but you just look at the stats. Like, which quarterback would you rather have? I would rather have Jared Goff. If you're just looking at the stats, just by the numbers, I'd rather have a quarterback with 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. But that's besides the point. Yeah, man. The offense didn't skip a beat, and that's because, you know what? As much flack as I give your man, the OC, as much flack as I give him, Ben Johnson, I give him all the credit this game, because that play where they were stumbled, they had the broadcast fooled. They had me fooled at first, because I'm like, he fell. Okay, who they just got? But then on the replay, I'm like, they set that up. They did some high school stuff. Because I immediately went to the coaches group chat, because I'm a football coach. I went to the coaches group chat. I'm like, man, that's some stuff you see in high school, man, where they have the quarterback falling down, a running back falling down, and all of a sudden they air it out. Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. But you know what? I'm gonna wrap these two up in one and say the Alabama Lions, them boys, man, finally got used the way that they're supposed to be used. And I'm not knocking David Montgomery or nothing like that, but Jahmyr Gibbs and JMO finally got what we envisioned that they would both be coming out of college, with their speed, their electric. Like, we are the fastest team in the league. Like, when you have Jahmyr Gibbs and JMO, just your safeties, it's like, oh God, I don't know what to do, because them boys, and they all over the field with that speed, man. That's Sonic and Sonic right there.
No, you gotta. It's another
Shadow?
head. Yeah, it's another head talk. They gotta.
Actually, shout out to Sonic, because I went to go see Sonic 3 Saturday.
Okay.
Me and my wife and my son, man, went to go see Sonic 3, and he's all about it. So I went and got him all 4 of them things yesterday from Walmart. I went and got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow.
Did he have his tool with him?
He had the piece with him.
I like it. I like it,
man. And shout out to Dr. Detroit, man, yesterday, because I want to say he made a BS comment over there on Livestock Live, man, talking about JMO, man. Hey, I say this: when the Second Amendment rights to some people that don't look the part, he got a right to bear arms, and he got a right to he has a registered weapon. Second Amendment, my ass. Don't come at me with that one. But anyway, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Always help to get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. I still love you, Dr. Detroit, man, but that was a BS comment, brother. Let's look at the boss up ball out players of the game. Of course, boss up, ball out on offense,
Alabama
man.
Lions.
Yeah, man. Jahmyr Gibbs, 154 total yards, 23 on the ground, 45 in the air. Jameson Williams, 150 total yards, 5 receptions, 143 yards in the air, and 7 yards on the ground. Man, I don't remember the last time we had 2 players with 150 total yards on the ground each in a game.
Well, I never had two players this damn fast.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Well, I don't think I don't remember seeing that. But okay. And then of course, on defense, man, Brian Branch, 12 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup, a quarterback hit. Iffy, 4 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and a quarterback hit. I mean, welcome back to the fold there, Iffy. Appreciate your effort yesterday, man. Like I said, I was surprised he played that many snaps yesterday. And I don't really have a balled on player of the game because it's kind of spread out. Because we had a lot of plays with a lot of penalties yesterday. 7 for 55 yards was too much. I didn't like that. All the penalties yesterday. That was just kind of my pet peeve. You had 15 from J-Mo, then you had another 10, 15 from Zadarius Smith, illegals hands to the face, and you got roughing the pass. It irritated me yesterday, all the penalties yesterday. So that was my big pet peeve yesterday was the penalties. I can't really nail down like one player that had a whole bunch of penalties because it was just too many. I mean, and some of those came where they kept the drivers alive on offense for the Bears. So that's my big thing with that one. But any players that you want to highlight? One player I do want to highlight on defense, man. And he had a couple good big plays. He had a really good pass breakup. Was Terry Arnold, man? That pass breakup he had on DJ Moore in the end zone, man. He just kind of,
put it on my IG story.
Yeah, he just turned his head and he's like, whoop.
Yeah,
he's getting better. He's turning his head more. He's evolving, man, and it's coming at the right time at the end of the season. Get ready for the postseason. Yeah. So that's one guy I wanted to shout out. But any guys just you want to shout out for players in the game?
I actually want to shout out Ben Neiman. Because he gets in there, man, and he was basically you didn't really notice him that much, but that's good when you don't notice a backup in the game.
What number is he? 51?
Yep.
51. Yeah. Nowatzki's 53.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, Ben Neiman didn't play the perfect game, but Ben Neiman was running downhill. He was filling gaps. He was in coverage. He was getting back in coverage, and I think that'll be an asset moving forward. I know we're gonna get John back soon. So that's good, man. But I shout out to Ben Neiman, man, because he came back and he played the game, man. So yeah.
51 hesitated every time Caleb Williams ran at it. But only person I'd say to mention, Mr. Strebo, that dirt bag, Christian Mahogany, maybe.
I don't know what Strebo is. I don't even want to know what Strebo is.
It's just they say it's a dirt bag of flowers. Flowers, not flower, flowers.
Okay.
So
he's a gardener, Curt.
Yeah.
He is a yam farmer, so. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans, just like yourself, man. If you haven't done so already, man, you got to make sure that you follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. My man, Coach Jones, man, he just started his boxing playlist over here. Great wrap up and recap of the Usyk and Fury fight. Shout out to Usyk, man. I'm not really a big Tyson Fury fan. I just think he's a clown. But anyway, shout out to Usyk, man. That's my dude. All right, and then of course I post content on all of from this channel, on all of my social media platforms, and of course you got to follow the Yam Master 2025, man. The Yam Farmer himself, man, over there on Instagram. He does a great job, man, especially on Thursdays because it's always thirsty. Especially on Thursdays on LL's Instagram page, man. But now it's time for parting shots for today's show, man. I'm gonna let Coach Jones go first, man. What you got, my man?
Good bounce back game for the Lions, much needed. I just want to end by saying this: our 2 losses this year have both came at home. So while we say Ford Field is the most dominant place to play, our 2 losses are at home. So in that week 17 or week 18 matchup against Minnesota, hey, we got to get right, man, because we done lost 2 of them at home. We undefeated on the road. Okay.
All right. Next year you got to wear your overalls, Yam Farmer. Okay, we're going to LL. What you got, dude?
That's funny than a mug, man. But have a great Monday, y'all. Christmas is in a couple of days. It's tough for people around this time. So I don't know if y'all watch Bomani Jones, but I don't know what he has going on. But he's been wearing like Christmas hats and stuff like that. And one of the guys asked him, and he said, if you feel like you're not getting the Christmas spirit, just be festive yourself. So let that be whatever it is. I know the holidays can be tough on anybody, man. Myself included. You know what I'm saying? I got my family. My pops passed, but it's just whatever's going on. So, just be as festive as you can be. Today is our Secret Santa at work. I think I did a good job. But another thing, if I can keep going, all y'all out there, I mentioned it, was it last week at some point, a lot of people's out there saying stupid stuff like, oh, now we got to root for this team to beat that team and all this other stuff. I like the message is the Lions just got to keep doing what they got to do. I'm gonna say whatever. I know I say it all the time anyway, but we just got to keep doing what we got to do, man. Don't worry about whatever Philly did. Yeah, Philly lost yesterday, but if y'all know what's going on, y'all probably could have seen that coming anyway. Philly Washington always play Philly tough at home, and they usually beat them at home. They play them tough regardless, but they usually beat them at home. So whatever, just a whole bunch of hubbub. Seattle couldn't beat Minnesota. Who cares? We can though. So that's what we need to focus on. On to the 49ers and E40. What's up, man?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, it's happy holiday season for everyone out there, man. Thank you for joining us on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. We will not have a show on Wednesday. That's Christmas Day. I will do a live tomorrow. We'll be back in the fold this weekend for our prediction show. We'll do a show on we'll probably do a recorded show on Friday, and then we'll do our prediction show on Monday morning because it's Monday Night Football. So you'll see our prediction show for that game will be on Monday morning. That's what we'll kind of adjust it there. So you'll see, man. We got some content coming up for you. Thank you for joining us, man. And happy holidays to everyone out there, man. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Celebrate Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to you, man. If you're Jewish, man, happy Hanukkah and all those good things, man. Don't want to leave anyone out, man. But just enjoy the holidays, man, and be with your loved ones, man. If you know someone who's alone, reach out to them, man. Invite them over to dinner, man. Give them a plate or something, man, because it's a tough time to be by yourself during the holidays, man. But and just shout out to everyone, man. Thank you for starting your day with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions these rooms. If you got to work today, have a great day. And spread that joy, to everyone. You never know what a small, kind word can do for someone, man. If you not having a good day, don't mess with one else's, man. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones and Geronimo, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.